Oh, so toasty warm. So, now that it's morning, this is where I am. It's just amazing that it's kind of blue sky, clear morning, because last night it really was, when I was filming the wind was starting to slightly pick up, but afterwards it was really quite windy. Because my tarp's quite open, this is kind of like a summer tarp setup, but because there's a wind, it's just really picking up that tarp and just flapping it around. And there was quite a lot of heavy rain as well, and yeah, I mean obviously I was cozy and dry inside, but yeah, kind of really nice, but kind of surprising to wake up to just a really peaceful, beautiful morning. So over here, this is how I left the fire last night. After I had my dinner last night, I restarted the fire to boil some water for some hot chocolate, and then when that died down, I actually just added all this wood on top, kind of in the hopes that it would restart again, and I really thought it would actually, but it must have just been so wet that the rain just put the fire out. So now there's just like a pile of wet wood. Okay, so I've got rid of some of the wood that was on top of here. What's left is just like the half burnt bits, because what I want to do ideally is I don't want to leave any half burnt bits of wood, so I want to try and burn up all those bits. And so my raft's now kind of the old coals from yesterday. And then over here, I've cut 3 new bits of like spruce or fallen trees. Though they are wet, like that's quite wet on the outside. They were sort of up off the ground, so the inside is just going to be completely bone dry. Then this piece here is one that was on the fire last night and it's half burnt again, so I might try and use that as well. And then from the same branch, this is just going to be my baton. And what I'm going to do is just split all these up with my my bushcraft knife. So this is a I don't know what make it is, Highlander? Don't know. It's not a particularly good bushcraft knife, I don't think, but at the same time it's great. The blade is like integrated right back into the handle, so it's super strong, so you can really like bat on it without worrying about the knife breaking or anything like that. But I sharpen it and I use it a lot. I use it mainly for splitting logs actually, when I don't have my axe with me. I want to keep these bits as dry as I can, really. Okay. Even though it was raining all night and the wood was quite wet on the outside, this is absolutely bone dry. What I might try and do as well, and this is kind of what you need a bit of a sharper knife for, really. Let's just make some kind of feather stick. I should probably go get my other knife for this. Just want to create some feathers like this to get the fire initially going. So these are all the sort of thin ones and the like feathery stick things that I made, and these are all the other ones I just collected. Yeah. Problem with birch bark is that when it burns, it kind of curls up, and sometimes when it curls up, it like puts itself out. So that can be a bit frustrating sometimes. Yeah, see they're just lighting really well. I mean, all this will light really well. I'm a bit worried about this actually. I think I might have stifled it a bit too much. I thought this would go up much easier than it is. Yeah, it's looking a bit better now. Oh, this fire is struggling a lot more than I thought it would. There is a lot of heat there though, so I'm feeling good about that. Don't think I need that much water. Still got my pot hanger from last night. This fire is not as straightforward to start as I thought it was going to be. Okay, I think that's pretty much just going now. What I do while the fire's going is I'm just going to pack down on my hammock and tarp so that, I can have my breakfast and then just pretty much go straight away, which is a shame because it's lovely here, but at the same time I've got stuff to do, so let's do it. Oh dear, the under blanket bag's broken. I can hear my water boiling already. Pretty great. Water's now boiled, you can hear it. Alright, the water's well and truly boiled, which is great. Alright then, so I've got my bowl, got my hot water, and the porridge that I brought with me. Let's pour that in. It is actually quite watery porridge. Whoops. And this is the maple syrup left over from pancakes the other day. So yeah, this is much more of a liquid than it is solid, but it's kind of like quite a sweet oaty drink with like raisins and nuts in it. It's great. Turning a porridge fail into a porridge success. Yeah, it's 8:30, but everything's packed down. My fire's just dying down now, so basically it's just waiting right now. All right, so while the fire's just kind of burning down to embers, I'm gonna do the kind of washing up. So this is just gonna be somewhere to put clean stuff. I got baby wipes and one of these metal wire brushes. So this is what this looks like before. Pretty grubby. That's what it looks like afterwards. Much cleaner. So I think fire's now finally ready to sort out. This is what it looks like. And there is, there is kind of heat in that. But what I do is just crush these so that it kind of all turns to ash. And obviously by doing this, I'm just increasing the surface area, which will help it to cool down quicker. And then this mud is actually really wet. It's like squelchy wet. So if I just mix this around a bit with the mud, that would do a lot to cool it down as well. Can't really feel any heat because everything's just been separated out, mixed with this wet mud, just really rapidly. Just kind of cools down. I can't feel any heat now. But I've got a tiny bit more water left in here, so I might, just for good measure, just sprinkle that on top as well. Right, I'm actually really happy with that. So I'll just spread it around even more. But pretty happy with that, it's pretty loose. All right, and then now, just gonna find all the bits of moss that I peeled back, kind of roll them back in. And obviously in no time at all, this moss will resettle. Now you do have to be careful with moss because even though it's, it's like a sponge, really wet and soaks up all the moisture. If I was to build a fire on moss, it would dry out and then actually burn quite vigorously. That's when my fire's at risk of like spreading throughout all the moss and stuff like that. All right, this last little bit. Oh no, this is the last bit. All right. What a great wood. Such a privilege to be here. I think this is the way I came. Yeah, there's the path. Back on the path now. Back to the car. And I just need to find somewhere to work. Like a teeny tiny little train track. Brilliant. I just need to get changed. All right, let's go. So absolutely no signal. Did you hear that? Don't die, car. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going to work today. I think the plan is just to kind of drive that way until I find somewhere. I am thoroughly enjoying this drive to work. I don't know how much it translates across in the camera, but it's just beautiful. It's just absolutely stunning. So I actually drove for about an hour in the end, and to be honest, there's a lot to do with me being just really fussy. Okay, so I'm in a nice little town called Donegal, which I'm almost definitely pronouncing wrong. Just gonna head in and try and find somewhere to plug in and work. This place looks great. Pretty solid day of work. That was a really nice little tea room cafe thing. It was great. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there for today's episode. So thanks for watching. See you next time.